channel, make your own satellite so that you own whatever images are coming through there. And then let it get fed into the app. And then that app needs to consolidate a lot of information. And I said they needed to make it unique by maybe attaching something that doesn't exist on a current satellite. So the challenge is, and a lot of the teams did this, they chose existing technology and presented that as their solution. And the judges are not going to let that fly. It needed to be unique and complete for what their problem is. So they do want to preserve, but they're not going to preserve if they don't know where to find. So they needed to get the information from somewhere and they wanted to use a satellite. But then they didn't have any way to channel that information to. So that was where I was saying create something, an interface, not necessarily an app, that satellite is feeding information into, then people can access, like Google Maps, that's getting its information from Google satellites, like that.
So another which I forgot about problem is in your. So we could take what you're saying. So let's just say yes. Let's be grandiose and you invent a satellite and you put existing technology on, maybe a magnetometer and LiDAR. LiDAR is a technique that looks through the vegetation matter. So you can look at satellite as much as you want. You're not going to see through those trees. But LiDAR and use. Okay. So if you loaded all that up on your dream satellite and then you created an app, like she says, that at least stores and records the images and people come just like Google Earth and look at their area of interest because it's a very big planet. What you mustn't talk about is that, I think somewhere in there you said it will record what it is and its value. It is value, there is no value, you cannot sell artifacts. There's no money involved. So it's heritage significance, or it's that's what you talk about. Don't talk about value in terms of money, because every archaeologist around will have a heart attack. So yes, if you're going to be great, make a very cool satellite, but make the focus of your project the app that, like Google Earth is. Yes, receive the information and store it.
Yeah, I think you need to bring that forward. Because no one got your introduction, it's difficult to catch, and I don't know if you explained it the way you explained it yesterday. So I think you need to make sure that you are consistent in how you present your information, because we figured it out more or less yesterday. What's a more logical approach? You need to be able to say clearly. Do you understand? I'm worried that you don't understand. Don't keep your head down. It's nothing to be ashamed of. This is us sharpening the pencil before we write with it. So you need to just go refine your speech. Like she said, don't talk about monetary value. That's feedback out of an archaeologist's mouth. Take it, work with it. We heard now X-ray is a bad idea. You heard what she said are alternatives. Use it. You've got this week, so use it well. And yeah, figure out how are you going to divide the presentation. Because if English is a concern, then you need to practice your English. Don't put the responsibility on one person, because should you get feedback, you're not going to be very quick to blame the one person who spoke to say he didn't speak correctly. And then in terms of core values, that doesn't work. Because you're not supposed to blame anyone. It's not a you or me, it's a we thing. So you all are going to be responsible for the result. So everybody must try to represent themselves in the project. You need to tell your team members what happened as well. The feedback you got today and how you're going to work to sharpen up, not necessarily, sharpen up the project.